You can't hear me? No? That's weird. Great.
Oh, I see you. One moment, please.
You can't hear me?
I couldn't over the audio I was playing.
Oh, sure. Okay. It's so funny. So things I've discovered. One, you're a mouth breather. And it is aggressive. Like I pop in and I was about being ready to say, Emily, I am your father.
Well, I am a
Anyway.
little bit congested this morning, so that'll be my excuse.
Oh, fuck, I'm glad you've got one because that...
Well, now I'm going to be conscious of my breathing. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry you're a little bit congested. What?
It's just normal morning stuff. I just have normal morning congestion because I'm a mouth breather, so.
That's fucking amazing.
That's what it is.
Have you tried Have you tried mouth taping?
What, where you do that at night? You sleep like that? Is that the idea?
Yeah. Oh, newsflash. Not during the day, Stu, when you're expected to interact with people.
It's good because I would take that personally. Have you tried taping your goddamn mouth shut? I might take a little bit personally.
No, if you could get right on that, that'd be amazing. No! At night, you dipshit!
No. Why? Because I have a deviated septum from when I got in a fight when I was in the 6th grade, so I don't do that.
Oh, well.
And actually, it's funny that you talk about the mouth breathing because I am on a different mic. We'll see how this goes.
This is Total Babble. Total Babble. It's a show about music, pop culture, social media, movies, the internet, relationships, TV, whatever. Total Babble. The Total Babble Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the show. Good news. I'm all out of Seattle jokes. I'm your host, Darth Vader. This is Emily. Hope everyone is doing well. You know how it goes.
Back from hiatus. We had a couple of weeks off, and it's nice to see you again.
Missed 1 week of the show, did a pre-tape, so we've only really been gone for a week. People loved Christina. I kept hearing from people how great Christina was, and I feel like we need to go out to Florida and find a way to make her drunk still. We need to just keep her drunk because then we would have more of her all the time. And I would like to get Christina reports. If anybody ever tracks her down, I would have her on the show.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Seattle, if we could get as many Christina sightings as the short-spined raccoon Jimothy, I think that would be quite a novel addition to the show.
I feel like he's a space alien. I feel like that Jimothy thing is from outer space, and that is what the government is suppressing, and it really is from the planet Golthar or something, you know?
Have you seen other short-spined animals?
No.
It's a
I'm sure they're all from outer space.
It's a relatively common, what would you call it, mutation? I don't know what it is, but okay, again, I don't know how this happens to me. Maybe it's my social media algorithm. However, I've been promoted videos of multiple short spine animals playing with one another. So apparently there are a couple of dogs in the States that both have short spines. So imagine the dog version of Jimothy and their doggy friends. They live near to one another and they just hang out and look like a badly drawn dog together.
That is totally your algorithm, especially based on this thing we'll talk about in a second. The Seattle reference, I wanted to mention that you went to Seattle, and I was going to ask you, if you were one of the people that jumped off the Space Needle, because people did that, and I sent you a text, and I hadn't seen yet that there was a shooting in Seattle, so you thought I was trying to be, I think, cute and quippy about the shootings, and I didn't see that. So were you there for any of that weird stuff that happened there?
I didn't hear about the people jumping off, but yes, I was there around the time that the shooting happened, which is at a food festival underneath the Space Needle.
Scary and freaky, as you would assume, very frantic, that kind of thing?
It's terrible. However, I will say that shootings in Seattle are a relatively common occurrence these days, particularly in the part of town that I used to live in. In the Central District, there were some young boys who were gunned down in a drive-by waiting for their school bus just a couple of months ago. So the gun violence has well, appears to have escalated in
That's weird
Seattle.
because that city you would think is a very hip now city and less everybody has a gun than other cities.
You would be mistaken. And one of the challenges that we have in Seattle is young people printing the guns on 3D printers. So there's a
that's a
lot of these
problem.
ghost guns that are happening in, I think the kid who did that, or one of the kids who did that shooting was 15.
They're just getting guns earlier, and I think it's a part of that culture now, and I think that's a big part of it too. We need
Yeah,
to
it's
figure that
horrific.
part of it out.
It's awful.
All right, so I wasn't trying to make shooting jokes. I was going to tell people that you were out and we were out because you had cyclosporosis. Is that true? You had the
Yes.
diarrhea ass explosive thing. You had Taco Bell.
Exactly. Well, I mean, first thing first, don't you ever tell anybody that I have had Taco Bell. I will backhand the shit out of you.
So bad.
I would not put that inside my body. But you can tell them that I got the bacteria from swimming in the river or something a little bit more wholesome, but I wouldn't put Taco Bell in my body.
She got it while bathing in the river and eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, I got it from fisting somebody who had eaten Taco Bell.
Wow. There's a whole step I wouldn't have gone to. All right. Good for you. Really, it was just a summer break and we're back. And then yesterday I got a text from Emily here and it said, okay, so indulge my insanity for a moment, but how funny would it be to play this YouTube video during the podcast and just record it normally? So what this is 1 hour of silence, occasionally broken up by Michael Jackson sounds. And I just said, what the fuck? It's kind of a challenge. It's like, okay, we are broadcast professionals. We're going to go with this and we'll just see how distracting it is. My only criticism of it was that I don't know that there's Michael Jackson very often. We'll start it out and you'll see how this goes. And then I'm just going to leave it running. And every so often there's a Michael, and just know that as we go through the show that that's what this is. And it'll be good if somebody doesn't hear the beginning and they'll think they're having an aneurysm or something.
Oh my gosh. And by the way, I haven't listened to it the whole way through, so I don't know what the Michael Jackson sounds are and at what time codes they happen. But there is a whole bunch of videos like this, by the way. There's one that is like an hour long with random dodgeball sounds.
Wow.
There's other ones that are an hour long with random meme music and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know how I got into this rabbit hole. It was something that my son sent me. And then I noticed that there's just all of them. And I thought that the Michael Jackson one was so funny. And we've just watched the Michael movie. And I don't know if we've talked about that yet, but I thought it was fantastic. Oh, we did. We talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago. But
so it's kind of like an ASMR thing that these new kids are into. And okay, sure, whatever. I'm going to start the Michael thing now. All right. So every so often.
Perfect.
We're going to have some of that. I put it on and I didn't hear it very often, but I think it's a new trend now that people just want to occasionally be annoyed because life isn't annoying enough. So we'll see how this goes.
I think we should add the Michael Jackson hee to the soundboard, because I can think of many occasions where we make a really good point and we could underline it with a very strategically placed hee.
All kinds of little Michael sounds could happen, you know?
Exactly.
Shamon. Come on, Michael. Use real words at least.
There's another YouTube video out there that makes me giggle like a schoolgirl. It's Michael Jackson's bunch of songs, with everything removed except for the ehees and the cha-cha and the Shamon.
I've seen those too. They're hilarious. There's one with David Bowie and Mick Jagger, the Dancing in the Streets video. They do that. And you can hear the clacking of the feet and that kind of thing. It's very well done. I like those a lot.
I like them so much. I can't describe why it makes me so happy.
Like many things in life, I don't know why that makes me so happy, but it does. It's the little things. You just go with it, you know?
It is the little things. But let's talk about happiness for a second, though, for the first side quest of today, right?
That ever-elusive thing that I have not yet found? Sure.
Sure. So the concept of happiness, my friend called me this morning and I hadn't spoken to her for a couple of weeks. So we had a nice little hour-long lady chat. She's this big brain person who I absolutely adore. And we were talking.
First, Michael.
So he's excited about my friend. So she was talking about this concept of, we've got to be happy and we've got to take self-care. And it feels like young people today in the work environment are just obsessed with that concept. And I was like, I agree. But I am raising my kids differently. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, everybody says that the goal in life should be happiness. Fucking why?
You're not learning from happiness. We've kind of talked about this. You learn from strife and getting over the strife.
Well, exactly. And dissatisfaction comes from the gap between your expectations, whether you've set them or the world set them, and your reality. And I think that we are all out here setting unrealistic expectations about what life should be like. That is all supposed to be sunshine and fucking rainbows, and everyone should be self-care and yoga and green juices and be ethereal and everything's great. I think that's absolute garbage. Like, why can't we inject something a little bit more purposeful? Like, yes, aim for moments of joy. That's great.
Yeah.
But why isn't the goal in life to leave the world a little bit better than how you found it? Why isn't it to be useful, to be helpful, to be kind, to improve the lives of those?
Okay, we're going to keep doing this. You have to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it's going to get too distracting.
No, I am keeping going. I just can't help but giggle because I find it so ticklish. But yes, to genuinely contribute to society should be the goal, like to improve the lives of those around you, but not necessarily just your own. That orientation and being so inwardly focused and so focused on what you don't have, I think drives a lot of unhappiness. What do you think?
Well, I think part of the meaning of life is learning, and I'd like to think that there's something else that happens after we die, and I don't know what it is, but you are here to learn and have impact on other people's lives and do good things generally. And I think that, yes, there are going to be challenges, and you have those challenges, and you are meant to learn from those. So to just expect everything to be good, you're right, is empty and meaningless.
Yeah, so meaningless. And then if your life is just amazing and then you die, what was the point?
Nothing. You've learned nothing. I mean, if it's really that good, you've really got nothing out of it. And then you go to the next step, whatever that is, and you're like, sorry, I got nothing. Yeah. So, all right, into the regular stuff. First thing off, this is just really quick. I just want to put out there that I am tired of hearing about the Eagles, both the band, but especially the actual Eagles, Jackie and Shadow. Is that big news back there where you are? The birds, the eagles that are living in the forest?
I'm so sorry. This has not reached the collective consciousness. I am not familiar with any eagles.
Apparently, it's big here on the West Coast. There's Jackie and Shadow. They had kids every year. They try to have the eagles grow up, and they have an eagle cam. Well, now Jackie got hurt because some other bitch eagle came in and is trying to get Shadow's attention. And what's happening is the news media is anthropomorphizing them and trying to make it seem like, it's this big struggle in their relationship. And this is really just instinct. And this is just animals doing what they do. And I don't need a nightly Jackie and Shadow report on my news. And I feel like we need to stop it. I mean, if you want to talk about the big animal news, rattlesnakes, I'm sure, are having meetings and colluding to just bite everybody because there's so many goddamn rattlesnakes biting people now. But I'm tired of the Jackie and the Shadow. I'm tired of the eagles, not the fucking eagles, Donnie, from whatever that movie was that I just forgot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the anthropomorphification or whatever it is.
I do
know the eagles that you're talking about now, but I didn't know that they had trying to dial up the drama. You know what I'd prefer a daily update on, Stu? The fucking Epstein files.
Yeah, if we had that, that'd be good. We
That
could
would
go
be
with
good,
that. The details
wouldn't
of
it?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of telling us about things that are useless and happy and go lucky, tell us about the real stuff that could be changing lives. Talk to me about whether or not we're doing away with daylight savings. That's the stuff I'm really interested in.
We've voted on that so many times, and so many times we've said we want to get rid of it, and so many times now it just hasn't happened. So I'll believe it when I see it. If you want to do something fucking good, Donald Trump, do that. If you do one thing, I would say, hey, that was a good thing you did, Trump. There's been nothing so far. So start with that. How about that? Little small baby steps.
Yeah, small baby steps instead of, I don't know, losing $30 million on a useless fucking octagon, which is how much money we lost as a
Oh, but it was all
people.
private and the taxpayers aren't going to pay for it. Does anybody believe that? I don't.
No. Oh, no. But have you been watching or reading any of the outcomes of the trial that's going now, where the banks are having to justify why they shut down Donald Trump's
I saw
bank
news
accounts?
headlines that Capital One shut him down a bunch. I haven't seen a lot more because I've been on vacation and occasionally drinking tequila and haven't really kept up on much. So
But okay, great. So let me give you the Cliff Notes short-ass version of it. Donald Trump has been telling everyone that the banks shut down all his bank accounts and it was politically motivated by, some golem behind the scenes, and he's out there suing everyone up in here, okay?
it's always a witch hunt.
It's always a witch hunt. Anyway, the banks are now bringing receipts saying, actually, we shut down these 300. I mean, don't even get me started on why he has 300 bank accounts. But they were all violating anti-money laundering legislation, which the banks are required by law to act upon. So they were simply following the law, and the behavior of the transactions was indicating potential money laundering activity.
But maybe we can get the DOJ to investigate why they were doing what they're legally mandated to do, and then hassle them and bring lawsuits against them because it's a witch hunt. I'm sure that's the next direction this is going to go.
Yeah, the next direction is going to be maybe rewriting anti-money laundering so that he and his family can continue to line their pockets.
I like to fantasize that one day he's going to get ass cancer and then get thrown in jail and spend the rest of his life in jail with ass cancer, all while being horribly violated. That's as far as I'll go with it. That'd be great.
My dad has a great well-wish for people. And as we know, my dad is very eloquent and has a gorgeous way with words. And sometimes he will bestow this gem upon people. I hope your fingers turn to fish hooks and you get itchy balls.
You've said that before, and I thought you were going another direction, and it's good. That's a good one to bring back. Yes. Thank you. Nice Australian colloquialism.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I need to atone for a couple of my sins while we were away. I was a dick twice.
To who?
I'll tell you about it, and you can tell me on the dick scale how big of a dick I was.
You double-dicked.
I double-dicked.
You should never double-dick.
Sometimes I double-dick.
Speaking of eagles.
Oh, there you go. I intended to do good things here. It just didn't work out. First one, I was at Costco, and I parked next. That was well-timed, Mike. I was at Costco, and I parked next to a handicap space, and I went and did my shopping, and as I'm leaving, a woman in a truck pulls next to me in that handicap space, and she's got no placard, and she gets out, and she looks at the sign, and then she just went in. And that kind of thing really bothers me because disabled people really need those spaces. So I found that I had a pen and a piece of paper in my car, and I wrote, "Disabled people need these spaces, comma, lazy ass, exclamation mark." And I took the note and I put it on the handle of her truck. And I said, fuck it. This is the right thing to do. I'm fighting for the good of people everywhere. And I get in my car and I'm trying to leave, and it's a Costco parking lot, and there's just so much mayhem in trying to get anywhere. And there's people waiting for me, and they're too dumb to understand that as I'm backing out, they can't keep pulling in. So they're giving me less space. They're ready to go and get the space. So they're pulling in closer. And I'm like, if you get closer, it's going to take me more time. And it's just people everywhere. And I finally get out. And as I'm leaving, I look to the left where the parking space is, and it wasn't a handicapped space. It was the way the sign was angled towards where I was that made it look exactly like a handicapped space. And at that point, there was really nowhere to go. I couldn't really go park somewhere else. The parking lot was full, so I left that on her truck. And I feel badly about that one.
You should. That is top level douchebaggery.
I thought I was doing good things.
Okay, so let's deconstruct this. Yeah. And again, I am always open to alternative opinions, and my intention here isn't to make you feel any worse than you already do. So it's just like, let's unpack it. But one, you should never assume that you can see somebody's disability. So for example...
But they had no placard. That's the bottom line.
Sure. However, maybe she forgot that placard, maybe something happened. But just because you forget a placard doesn't mean that you're not disabled. So even if it was a disabled space, she could have actually been disabled. Like, have a lung disorder. My son has a disorder which sometimes makes it hard for him to walk distances, and a heart problem, stuff like that.
She wasn't, but what about if she was smoking a cigarette? Then she's not disabled. I don't know.
I think it's still one.
Yeah.
We shouldn't assume that we know whether or not somebody's disabled or whether or not they deserve, because we're making a judgment around whether or not they deserve the space. And instead of assuming the best in someone, you automatically assumed the worst in them.
I think I was wrong to do this, but I don't think that's where I was wrong in doing this. I think anybody evaluating that situation would have looked at her and said, she's not disabled. And I know that's judgment, but that's truly the way it went down.
Yeah, but but what if she was disabled? Does she have to then tell you how she's disabled for you to agree that she deserves it? Like, why are you the one who gets to decide?
Well, she would have the placard hanging from her car or have it on her license plate, one of the two.
I mean, potentially.
That's her responsibility as a person. If I'm arguing that part of it, I did the wrong thing. I'm just saying.
What if she was picking up somebody who is disabled? Maybe she's somebody who needed to pick up somebody who is disabled, like who was waiting at the front or something.
I feel like then she would have driven to the front, not parked there.
But we're making a lot of assumptions there.
You're right.
I think it's dangerous if we start deciding and being the judge of people. I mean, ultimately, it wasn't even a disabled space.
Right.
And so I'd be wondering what's going on with you to make you feel like that's your contribution to the world, that you're going to be out there writing mean notes to people.
I feel like I was in the rich part of Orange County and these snot holes here that don't give a fuck about anybody else, and not literally in the front of my mind, but I'm kind of thinking, these Trump supporters are out here parking wherever they want. There's that spirit in it of these rich assholes just doing whatever they want and screw society, and I'm going to do something good, and it turned out to be the wrong thing. I was wrong. I admit that. I just think that had the sign been angled the right way too, I would have seen not a handicap space. So, yeah, but I was wrong.
It's interesting. Like, and again, I'm genuinely interested in this. Like, why is the perception that it is good to be a dick to someone versus like going and helping somebody do something? Like, I would be like, if you were helping somebody with their groceries or something, that's like super good.
To that, I say do both.
I mean, you could do
I
or
think
the
more
other.
people need to stand up, and we haven't, and that's why we are where we are in society. And people need to be taught a lesson, and I think that's part of my existence. Yes, I'll do good things, and I don't bring it up every time I do good things, but also we need to stand up and fight against those who are assholes.
Why didn't you wait and say it to her face then?
Thought about it, and I thought, well, that would be too much conflict. And then I had this internal struggle too. I said, is there a sexist part of this? I said, am I doing this because this is a woman and I feel like I can get away with it? And I said, no, I don't think that's a thing. I
No, I
think
don't
I
think that's a thing.
genuinely would do this. If it was a regular sized dude, I feel like I would do it. But then hypocrisy sets in. And I thought, okay, this is a big bodybuilder type guy. I wouldn't have done that. So maybe I am a little bit of a hypocrite and a little bit of a puss.
Or maybe you're just being sensible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
First time for everything.
Well, it's just one of those things where, and I know you and I are different people, but it is I would have erred on the side of assuming the best in that person,
Right.
that it was a mistake versus something that they meant to do. However, I will tell you this. If the situation was that they had come and parked you in, parked like an absolute fucking prick, while you're there, and basically tried to park inside your car so that you couldn't get out, or blocked somebody in, or did something like that, I might have gotten more mad about it. But something like a veteran parking spot, or a pregnant woman's spot,
Yeah.
would you have done it if you couldn't see that the woman was pregnant? Would you have made a determination around whether or not you think she's pregnant enough to park in that spot?
That one I would probably let go, because I would think, okay, maybe she's pregnant and not showing it, and she has special things going on where that's going to be an issue for her to walk a long way. So,
Or veterans?
yeah, veterans, I won't do anything with messing with veterans. Veterans should be given every honor there is and every opportunity and free thing that we can give them, whereas we treat them like shit and don't give them good medical coverage. That's what we
should
do.
give them good medical coverage.
Well,
we should.
Don't. Why bother?
Why bother?
They only fought for our country and lost all their friends and people died, but why look out for them?
But the good news is, at least we're deporting some of them now.
Yeah.
As well. Thank God.
Get them out of this country they fought for.
Get out of this country that you fucking fought for and that you have provided to us. Good news as well, though. ICE is also shooting down civilian medevac planes with lasers. So that's also good news.
It's not the giant Jew lasers that Marjorie Taylor Greene talked about. It's not those, is it? Because I'm trying to follow all the reasoning and plots that would have been involved here.
I mean, it could be now that our militaries are combined, but I don't think so. No, but it was a laser out of New Mexico that scrambled the GPS system of a medevac plane, which resulted in everybody on board dying when that said plane, by the way, this is in the United States, crashed into the side of a mountain.
Well, I just feel like November we need to take our country back, and hopefully that will happen. I'm not going to say the same thing I say every episode. Anyway.
I think we will. I think it will happen. I think great things are going to happen.
It feels like it. We'll see.
We'll see.
The second thing where I was a bad person, and I don't feel bad about this one, but I know I did wrong. I went to the movies, and that happened because I was listening to a podcast. It was Edward Norton talking to Ted Danson about this movie, The Invite, and Ted saying how great this movie is. And I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. Been thinking about that. Let's check showtimes. 13 minutes is when it starts. So it's like, okay, I need to get there in 13 minutes. It's 5 miles away. Mapping says I'll get there in 17 minutes. 17 minutes to go 5 miles seems absurd to me, but okay, it's Los Angeles, Orange County area, whatever. That's dumb. So I jump in the car.
So it's actually 20.
Yeah, how right you are. So I jump in the car, and of course, I'm hitting like every stoplight on the way because can't sync
Sure.
our fucking lights. We can't make things convenient or anything like
No.
that. So I get there and I'm a little bit late, but I think, okay, there's going to be previews and that kind of thing. It'll be fine. I'm walking into the
Yeah.
theater like 5 minutes after it allegedly starts. And I'm like, oh, what is the new effed up thing now that I'm going to have to deal with at the movies? Because it's not like it used to be. It's not like we need humans in the box office. There is no box office. It's one of
What?
those goddamn Google plexes where there's 25 theaters and there's just kiosks and you have to go to the computer screen and press the computer screen and buy your thing with a credit card from the computer screen. And there's really no people selling you tickets. So I'm looking through and tapping the screen and trying to find the invite, and I can't find it. And I'm getting frustrated because I'm technically late for this movie. And I'm looking around, and there's a woman helping somebody else at the other kiosk because their thing is effed up too. And they're doing something where she's telling them, no, what you need to do is tap here and enter this and the amount of people, and then your voucher, and they've just made everything terrible and complicated. And I just want to go see my movie, and I can't find it on the screen. And probably if I went very slow, page by page, out of the 25 movies, I would find the movie that I'm looking for. But now I'm frustrated. And I see the woman helping the person at the kiosk is also the gatekeeper, the rope keeper for the entrance right there that lets people through and checks the tickets. She's occupied. I've tried to do my best. I said, F it. And you know what I did? You can tell me what I did.
You went and you saw that movie for free.
Goddamn right I did. And I don't feel bad about it. It is their own fault. It is their fault for making an experience that is so inconvenient that I now have to put up with that crap. And I tried to do the right thing and I went in, but now I get in and here's the problem. All of the theaters, they're not labeled with the movies. It's just theater 20, theater 10. So now I go to the snack bar and I have to ask, hey, where's the invite playing? And you would think that they would be on to me at this point, but she wasn't. She just looked it up and said, oh, it's in 14 right over there. So I went and I sat down and I was about 10, 15 minutes late. And then I still sat through about 25 more minutes of bullshit previews and commercials after doing all that because they can't get enough money out of $15 popcorn and their outrageous ticket prices. So I did that. It was wrong, but I feel pretty good about it. And Olivia Wilde, director of the invite, I feel bad. Your people should be getting money from this, from my ticket price. So Olivia Wilde, I'm telling you this right now. If you would like to contact the show, I will send you $20. You can delve that $20 out to your people however you want. I want to be fair, but God damn it, it was such a struggle just to go see this movie.
That sounds like a lot.
Of those two things, which was I more terrible at?
Well, the first one,
That's what I thought. Yeah.
injecting yourself into the lives of other people is like, it's a big no-no for me. But I mean, I think if you're going to steal stuff, stealing a movie is, relatively low impact. It's not like you're taking a kid's bicycle. So right. I think it's in the grand scheme of how fucked is it, it's low relative fucked upness.
All right.
But I still wouldn't have done it. But again.
But do you get my moment of frustration where I'm like, okay, where is this in the thing? Can't find it. I'm trying to do the right thing. They're just not letting me. And that's where I get into a lot of my things is that I'm trying to do the right thing. It's just so hard to do it sometimes.
Yes. However, one way that you could look at it is poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on somebody else's, and the error is technically user error. Like you were rushing through. If you'd given yourself more time, if you'd gotten there on time, if you had pre-purchased the ticket online, like many people do, there were those other options. Yes, they should have been more effectively staffed as well to help.
Your poor planning point actually stands, but remember the part where I just heard about this during the podcast and it started in 13 minutes. That was kind of why I mentioned that. It's like, I'm just going to get up and go to a movie. And to me, that seems reasonable. I'm going to get up and go to a movie that's 5 miles away that shouldn't take me 20 minutes to get there, that then I should be able to buy tickets. It's all idealism. I stand on idealism.
Yeah. Like, I think the other thing too, like thinking that you can get there in that time. In an ideal world, it would have been fantastic if it had have worked out. Sure.
I feel like 10 to 15 years ago, it would have worked out perfect. There would have been no issues. I would have gone to the movie theater, gotten there probably earlier because there would have been less terrible traffic, and dealt with an actual human being and said, I'd like a ticket to this movie. And a human being would have handed it to me, and it would have been maybe $10 instead of 20 or 25, whatever they charge now. So.
Oh yeah, that's a crazy amount for a movie. We still go to a place where it's like $8.50.
Yeah, it really is a thing.
It's like so much better. But yeah, that sounds like a bad experience. But I think you put yourself under unnecessary pressure too, because you rushed to go and watch 25 minutes of ads.
I would think 15 to 20 minutes is what is to be expected, and it just kept going. Like, that's the other thing. How much does the goddamn world need to pitch to me? Just pitch me all your bullshit that I'm not interested in anyway. I'm so tired of being pitched to, and you need my email address, and they want me to do it at the kiosk, probably because then they have my email address and they can send me all kinds of bullshit that way. I'm so tired of all of that, and I would like a little bit of humanity sometimes.
I would like to be dealing with more humans. But we've got this challenge, right? Where young people don't want to do those types of jobs or work at all. I was having this conversation this morning as well. It's like, how are we going to cultivate experience? I think it's really important that people work in, and we've talked about this before, like hospitality jobs, like working at the movie theater and stuff, so you can really experience how shit people are, because it makes you a better human being, generally speaking, right?
They don't know how to interact with people. I had 2 phone calls this week where I actually picked up the phone. I don't even remember what it was for, but there was a tangible thing of, oh my God, you and I are having a conversation right now. Are we speaking? Yes, we're speaking to each other. It was this weird feeling of, oh, normally we would never deal with any of this and we would never even interact on this, but we're on the phone and okay, it seems awkward, but we're going to get through it. It was something like a doctor's appointment or something like that, where I was just like, wow, okay, that's where we've gotten to in our society.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't understand that. But I do think that we're cultivating this. I saw a clip actually with a former CIA operator. A former CIA operative, like actually former CIA agent. And he was talking about how 10 years ago, solitary confinement would be just absolute torture. But now we cultivate it. People living inside their homes, ordering DoorDash and having it dropped off at the door, not having any real human interaction, only texting, playing video games, not actually communicating with another human being. And I think that makes people depressed.
Yeah, it started with COVID, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the new generation coming up, that's all they are going to know. They are so uncomfortable talking on the phone that they can't do it. And I see it a little bit even when I go out and am talking to somebody at a store or whatever. Younger people don't feel good communicating at all. It freaks them out.
Yeah. I think we've really lost that human connection. People are either too awkward, too afraid. I mean, young people. As we all know, I talk about it a lot. I have 2 young sons. One is now officially a teenager. He turned 13. The other one will be 12 soon. And my husband and I, Robert the drug runner, are often talking about, like, how are they going to meet someone? You know, if you go out and approach somebody, you're cringe. If you ask somebody for their number or their Snap or something at a bar, you're a stalker or a creep or whatever. It's a difficult world to navigate.
Yeah.
And all of the apps are garbage. It's a fantasy world of just shit.
Yeah. Very weird.
Did someone just drop off your DoorDash?
I don't know. Did you hear that thump? I think that thump was Michael. That's why because I couldn't tell if that was Michael or like something outside, like a anvil being dropped on a coyote or something.
I thought that it was like a massive Taco Bell gordita being dropped on your doorstep, even though I know you don't eat that sort of thing. Or, an anvil getting dropped on a coyote is probably more accurate. But yes, I could feel it through my cans.
All right. Well, I'm
Well,
enjoying this experiment in the Michael Jackson distraction thing. It's fun. And that was Emily. That wasn't Michael. You had a
yeah,
little bit of a thing there.
I did have a little bit of a thing.
Yeah. All right. So The Invite, I wanted to talk about that.
Mm.
This was a movie that was worth all that. It's one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. It's really cool and really different. And one of those movies that you go, how did they get this made? And how did they get this into theaters? It feels kind of like an old-timey movie, but when you say that, a lot of times people think that it's slow, and it's not slow. It's got very fast-paced, really funny dialogue, and it holds your attention. And you can't really tell somebody what the movie is about because it's really different than what it's about, and what it's about kind of changes 3 or 4 times during the movie, and then you get to the end of it and it's actually very deep and very touching as you've experienced all this great comedy. And it's so cool and different and unique, and it's Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde and Penelope Cruz and Ed Norton, and every
Oh.
single one of them is incredible in this movie. Everyone should win Oscars, all of them. And the premise is they're going to a dinner party, but it's not just that. There's so many different things that happen. And about 20 minutes in, you can kind of see the new direction that it's going. Like, okay, this is leading to that, but then when it gets to that, it's not even really about that, and it goes to other things. And then you get to the end and it's about relationships and people, and God, it was goddamn cool. And Seth Rogen is a guy that I like, but to me, he's almost like Will Smith. Like, no matter what, I see Seth Rogen and I'm
Seth
like,
Rogen.
yeah, it's Seth Rogen. But in this, it's like he was Seth Rogen, but different, and so likable. And every single character is gray. Nobody's all good. Nobody's all bad. And when you first see Edward Norton, you're just thinking, God, what a douche this guy is. Oh my God, I could never be around this person. And then he has redeeming qualities, and you see why he is the way he is. And I haven't seen anything like it in a long time. Olivia Wilde directed it. She should win an Oscar. Oscars for everybody. It was almost distracting how good a job she did. There were a couple times where I was like, wow, that was really cool how she just did that and that shot here, and how she kept the camera on that person when this was happening. And I'm thinking about going and paying to see it again, and I'll still send you $20, Olivia Wilde. I want to go see it again either way, and for sure I'm buying it when it comes out on whatever format. And I just feel like if you can still go to see it at the time you hear this, everybody should go see it. It's fantastic.
You've made me really want to see it.
It's
and
great.
So I really do want to see it. It must have been the week of movies, because I saw 2 films.
I was going to ask
this
if you
week
had to take
past.
the kids to see the Spider-Man, because that might be a little bit of a project.
I did.
Yeah.
And it was good, and it was well done. It wasn't my favorite of the Spider-Men,
Yeah.
if you will. It was good, wholesome fun, bit of junk food, but I wouldn't say to you, oh, you got to go and watch it.
Did they reboot it again?
No.
Okay,
It's
it continues the story, because every time there's a
Yeah.
new Spider-Man, I swear to God, okay, we know how he became Spider-Man. I'm tired of that.
No, same universe. At the end of the last Tom Holland Spider-Man, Doctor Strange does a spell or something that wipes Spider-Man's identity, because they all find out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
And who's
And
Doctor Strange? Isn't that like Liam McKinty or something?
Oh,
Some ginger Englishman.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
That's who I'm thinking of.
Yes.
What the fuck? God damn it. I think
It's
that
your
was
DoorDash.
Michael. Oh, that was so weird. Okay.
Is someone knocking on your door? Because it's not my door.
No, that's not a door. That's Michael.
Are you sure it's Michael?
I swear to God, it sounds in
Oh
my
my
head like
God.
somebody's knocking at my door.
It
But
sounded exactly like someone was knocking at your door, not my door.
right. Yeah. Then that makes sense, because I'm playing the Michael tape. This is screwery. This is messing with me.
That might be my favorite contribution.
We are challenged now as broadcasters anyway.
Annie, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a continuation of the story. Yes, in the last, his identity was revealed, and in order to keep people safe because May was killed, they erased that from the collective consciousness. But it also meant that he lost his Mary Jane and he lost his best friend Ned. So this is many years hence, and it picks up the story as their lives have moved on, and they face new and exciting challenges together. It also has a very interesting, and it's interesting for me because I'm actually a big X-Men fan. It brings in some X-Men characters, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But it was very good.
I am not that into the superhero movies, but I also need them to not. I need them to just have one universe. Just give me a universe. Don't do all this stuff where, oh, this person was killed in that universe, but now they're alive, so everything is okay. It's too confusing. Those of us normal people are not that into that. I didn't want Aunt May to die because, after all, isn't she, who is she? The one that I really like? Aunt May.
Marissa Tomei.
Oh, she's a favorite. You never kill off Marissa Tomei. She's fantastic.
She's fantastic. Well, she's still in this film, in the form of flashbacks.
Because it's a different universe. Maybe just don't kill her off.
No, she's dead.
She's dead, but it's what?
But it's in flashbacks.
Oh, that's dumb. I don't want that.
Yeah, so it's basically her the same over and over again, but she's still great. I do have a recommendation for you, though, which is not that film, and I know you don't love superhero films. However, I think that you will enjoy The Thunderbolts, which is the new Avengers.
I know nothing about this, other than you just told me they're called The Thunderbolts.
So the name of the film is Thunderbolts, and in the last Avengers, all of the Avengers essentially were killed. Right? So Iron Man dead,
universe.
The Scarlett Johansson. Yes, I've updated my pronunciation of her name.
That threw me when you did that Johansson thing.
Yeah, because she pronounces it Johansson. The correct pronunciation of that name is Johansson.
I'll get her on the show. You can tell her how to properly pronounce her own name.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I once worked with this guy.
Yeah.
And his last name was Cheshire. Okay? But, of course, he was American, so he pronounced it Cheshire. And I'm like, nope. And what do you call this? I held up the cat. He's like, that's the Cheshire cat. I'm like, exactly.
Did everybody just walk around calling him Catman? Hey, Catman, what's going on?
I'm the Catman! No. Skibbity-doop-doop-da-dup-dup. No. But Thunderbolts, it's a ragtag bunch of... I guess you would call them super soldiers.
Is
as
that
opposed to
Florence Pugh? Is she in that?
Correct.
I like her. She's very likable. I might go see that.
I really enjoy Florence Pugh as a human being.
Yeah.
She's also a fantastic actress. And yes, she plays the new Black Widow. And is his name David Harbour, the guy who used to be married to Lily Allen but cheated on her and had a gym bag full of dildos? Anyway, he's in it.
Subtext, good to know.
And every time I see him on screen, I can't help but hear the lyrics of the Lily Allen album.
Now, is that the guy that was in Stranger Things?
100%.
She was married to
Hopper.
That guy?
Yes.
Okay, because he was in St. Louis DTF and really interesting in that movie. And then there was something with him and harassment of Millie Bobby Brown on the set?
Yes.
What the hell?
He's very busy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But see, anyway, I want to like him, but there's all this stuff going on with him. And I'm like, should I like that guy? I don't know what his deal is. Very odd.
Right. And he essentially plays the Russian version of OG Captain America. And so most of these characters have emerged through their various governments' foray into trying to create super soldiers with super soldier serum, and then they get together. Anyway, here's why I like it, and here's why I think that you would like it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's genuinely funny. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek, a little bit risque. It's fun, but also enough action to keep you engaged. It has
that was Michael.
What's her name? Julia
Louise Dreyfus.
Louise Dreyfus. Yeah, she plays the villain,
Okay.
and she's great.
Huh.
If you've seen her do anything in like when she did Veep, anyway, she is the villain, does a great job. So they have a great cast,
Right.
and it's fun. We finished it and we went, actually, that was a surprisingly good movie.
So this is a renter that you did streaming?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to go out to a theater for that. I might actually stream it, but
Just fucking stay home. Just
I
do the
should,
world a
probably.
favor.
It's best for me not to go out.
It's best for other people.
Well,
no, I'm joking. Out there stealing desserts and movies. I'm joking.
But you know what I did at the grocery store the other day? This will restore your faith in me a little bit. There's a guy at the grocery store that was helping me with melons and how to know if a melon is ripe. And he was just super cool and really goes out of his way. And I went back to that store and saw him talking to a guy in a shirt and tie. And I said, "Are you the manager?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "This guy, super helpful, super friendly, great employee. You should give him a raise." I like to do things like that every so often where they are warranted. So
that's great. I love that you do that. That's actually one of the things that I admire about you. And I think that all of our listeners should do that if you get a chance. And especially if you're feeling bad. And I meant to say this. Especially if you're feeling bad.
Yeah.
Okay? One research has shown that if you are feeling depressed or sad, one of the number one things that you can do to help improve is go and do something nice for somebody else. And so if you're having a bad day, do like Stu, go out of your way to tell somebody or tell somebody's manager what a difference they've made in your life, and it will help bolster your mood as well.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, so celebrity death. Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
It's returning.
Okay.
Who's behind the door,
Hang
Stu?
on, I really need to check. Fucking god damn it. Because, like, I thought, what if there was an emergency or something and I'm ignoring it, thinking it's Michael Jackson?
It sounded like you were getting raided by the police.
Okay. I'm not enjoying the thumping sounds. I'm fine with Michael, but the thumping sounds are freaking me out a little. Well, never again will we do this. It's entertaining. Good idea, but...
I was about to say, you will never, ever do this. You don't like the unknown as much as I do. Right. I'm a little bit more like, let's go on a thrill ride. You're a little bit more like, let's control the audio environment.
I can go with the sport of it. It's just making me tense. All right.
This is more intense than a fucking camping trip.
What's he going to do next? Thump on what? Sneak up behind me and tee-hee in my ear. Okay, so Glenn Hansard is a singer-songwriter, and he died.
I know who he is, and I was so sad.
Yeah, I liked some of his stuff. He had a really good record that I liked. And I thought of him, and just thinking about that led me to that we need a death scale in this country. We need a nationwide app, not that is like who's going to die next. That's already been done. We need a death scale app so we can track how devastated people would be by celebrities and people dying. Like maybe celebrities would be better off if they knew they were currently rated a 4 if they died. And they think, oh, people don't really like me and I need to get up to a 5 or a 6 on the death scale and I'll be a better person out there and do better things for the world if I can get to a higher number. So in my mind, we create this app, and a 0 is somebody that you really just want to die. To me, there are almost no zeros. 10 is, oh my God, I'm devastated that they're gone. And we can have this app track the death rating of celebrities. So then I started going through and kind of making a list of who would be rated and what they would be rated. Like Glenn Hansard is probably about a 6. I wasn't devastated, but I don't want him to die either. So he was a 6. Lindsey Graham, a 3. Because fuck that guy. Eddie Van Halen, 10, complete 10. David Bowie for me was an 8. Mitch McConnell, another 3. Prince, 9. Bonnie Tyler also just died, the total eclipse of the heart woman. To me, she was a
Very
6. Did you like her more? Would you go 7 or 8 for Bonnie Tyler?
Oh, it's hard for me to join the rating scale, but I definitely don't see her as a 3 or a 10.
Right. You don't want her to die, but she didn't have that big of an impact on your life, either, I don't think. I mean, unless she did. It's your life.
Well, it's difficult. I didn't know her personally, so I'd be judging her through her music, and then I'm like, well, is that
Well, these are
the
all going
true
to be
measure of someone?
celebrities. Yeah, these are all going to be celebrities and politicians. It has to be people that we know. It can't just be, oh, what do we give Dave? You know?
Well, here's the thing. As
Yeah.
soon as you said it, I was like, oh, crap. I don't want to think about what my score would be.
Yeah. I think just tracking individual people would be hard. And I think we start with celebrities and politicians. Randolph
But-
Mantooth also just died. He would be an 8. He was John Gage on Emergency. I used to watch Emergency as a little kid, watch the reruns of Emergency. They were paramedics and they would go and save people and they would call the hospital. And every single time they would save people, the hospital would say, give them an IV with D5W and transport as soon as possible. Every single episode, that was the case. And I tried to find audio of it and I can't yet.
I want to get that treatment. I feel like that could cure what ails me.
IV with D5W transport as soon as possible. Sometimes they would add Ringer's lactate. And I don't know what that means, but it's some kind of medical thing. Yeah. So are there any celebrities that you are thinking of what their number would be? Anybody come to mind, especially for you?
Not that I can think of, because I think I have something wrong with me. I can't help but think of who a celebrity is to the people who really know them. For example, John Cena. Am I a John Cena fan?
Yeah.
No. Does he seem like a nice guy? Yes. Do you know that he holds a Guinness World Record?
I don't.
John Cena holds the Guinness World Record for the highest number of Make-A-Wish wishes granted. That man has dedicated his life to granting wishes for terminally ill children.
See, even before saying that, I would think for me, he's a 7 or 8. I hate wrestling. I don't care about it, but he is Peacemaker and he is that guy that is on all the talk shows and just the friendliest, most open guy. I would say 7 or 8. You say that, I can put him up to a 9.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think about all of the good that he has done in the world, how he is using his position to create joy for other people. And I just think, God, what a stand-up guy. But then, he's known for his wrestling, which, by the way, I've never seen him wrestle.
Right.
Again, I know
I
him as
can't
the Peacemaker.
be a part of the wrestling.
I can't be a part. I can't take the guy seriously. But then I hear something like that and I'm like, oh, wow, what a guy. And that's what we know about him. Imagine what his family thinks of him. And I just think, oh, my God. And so I think that everybody has somebody who thinks that they're a 10, I hope. And I would hate to rate somebody less than that. I will tell you this, though, and this may help you. I think I have finally joined you in probably adding our president to...
I was holding off on asking that question. Well, hang on, I'll lead you into it. Hey, Emily, if you had to choose 1 0 in our new app that you're setting up, who do you think would be the 0? Who do you think most of America and or the world might be as our 1 0?
Yes, if we've just talked about a hero, and I'll give you my 0, it is Donald J. Trump, current sitting president of the United States of America. And that is a big deal for me because, as you know, every week I sit here and I'm like, I don't wish he was dead, blah, blah, blah. I think I might be ready to join you in, I wish that motherfucker would just fall off the twig already.
He, more than anyone on this planet, has more people wishing his death than anyone, and it is completely warranted. The world is a better place without him, and that just means we pray. Dear Lord God Jesus, if you are there, please prove it by taking him. Take him to the place that he needs to be taken. Maybe there is no hell. Maybe there's a heaven. Maybe we're doing Don a favor and taking him to heaven. Let's go with that. And if there's a hell too, that would be even better. But we'll take what we can get.
My sneaking suspicion is that if heaven or hell, if those places exist, wanted him, they would have taken him. He's sticking around here for a very specific reason, which is nobody else wants him.
Wow, can't even get into hell.
can't even get into hell.
There it is, Don.
You know why he can't get into hell? He's too busy fucking recreating it for us to enjoy.
It's true. And I think probably he goes and applies to hell, and they're like, no, we just don't have the room right now. They don't want him there. And think of all the mischief and terrible things he's going to do up there. And they're like, even here in hell, we don't want that going on. So no, we don't have room right now. Stay out as long as you can. I understand we're going to have to accept you at some point here in hell. But for right now, you just go do what you're going to do. And that's why he's clinging to life.
Yeah, they're just like, you are too bad for hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Petty was a 9. Devastated by Eddie Van Halen is my only 10. I'm sure there might be other 10s. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House. How would you rate him? That's smug fuck.
Oh my gosh. He's probably a 3. Definitely sub 5. I feel like 5 is too high.
I was going to, so we're right in the same area on that. So I think you're right.
Like, I would rate him, Lindsey Graham, I'm mad at him because he was a massive, just hypocrite.
Opportunist.
And very well-known gay man. And just chose to use his position to vilify a community of which he was a part of. Scumbag. But again, it feels like bad juju to speak ill of the dead.
I don't think so. I don't think it matters. No.
I don't like how when somebody dies, people change their tune. I feel like if you hated someone with a good reason while they were alive, you shouldn't be able to do the take backsies. You shouldn't be able to change your tune. I think you have to like stick to your guns and be like, yep, horrible cunt. Because
it's very insincere to change your tune after they're dead. That's what I've always said.
Yeah, I agree. You can't change your tune. You got to stay. I think you can maybe be nice about things and say, you know, I'm sorry for their family's loss, but you can't say nice things about them if you've never said nice things about them while they're alive.
Agreed. Well, all right. This has been a fun experiment. I'm happy you brought it up. It's just been very tense for me at moments. And the Michael Jackson thing was what it was.
I was really thrown by the walking, stepping, knocking. Yeah. I was not expecting that. And as I did say, I didn't actually listen to it.
Right. Well, I didn't think there was enough of it when I played it. When you sent it to me, there's another one. Yeah. God damn it. Stop it. Now it's coming. It's so spatial and weird.
It's so, I mean, kudos to the producer of this monstrosity, because it feels very real, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing. When I mix it down, it's going to be mono, so it's not going to be on the left or right side. Oh. We're hearing it spatially on the left and right, and it really feels like it has direction. So I don't know how that's going to translate when people hear it, but God damn it, it's freaky and distracting.
It was really freaky.
I thought, did I get a package? Is there an emergency? But it was still fun to do and a good thought. Thank you for contributing.
I don't know that's the first time I choose to do something. And it started out, I was mostly just joking, because sometimes when I have my most intrusive thoughts, I'm like, you know who'll be into this? Stu. Let me text it to him.
And I was resistant to it at first, but then I thought, you know what? Why not? Have some fun, do something different. Nobody does this. What the hell? I want you to feel like you can contribute stuff. So let's go with it. Here we go.
I hope you didn't do it just so I feel included.
No.
Because, well, we've all learned something here today. What are the things that we've learned? 1, my ideas are literally insane and make you uncomfortable.
Depending on how they're executed. What I've learned is that I'm fine with Michael Jackson. I'm just bothered and freaked out by his weird, annoying knocking sounds. That is my big takeaway.
And they do something in my heart. I just hit my microphone, sorry. But the knocking sound is like we're about to get raided by the cops.
Yeah.
That's the knock, right? And if it wasn't for the fact that I don't have a door on the side where that knock was coming from, I would have done exactly the same thing as you and gone, I've got to get up and check the studio door. But I know that mine's on the left.
I have a door to my left where the sound was coming from, and then there was another kind of more centered to the right, and there is a door below me on the right, and I just like, what is going on? They're finally coming for me. Shut up, Mike. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that's the perfect way to end the show. And
shut the hell away from me.
Shut the hell away from me.
Christina Michael Jackson duet. That's what we need. It's good to see you again. Very fun as always.
It's good to see you too. I hope that you are fantastic and enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and see you next time.
Okay, you know how this goes. Like us, subscribe, tell your friends, write a nice review, engage with us. We're Total Babble on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. Email is show@totalbabble.com. The Total Babble Podcast.
Emergency featuring D5W.
Start an IV with D5W.
Start an IV with D5W.
Start an IV with D5W.
Emergency weekdays at 11 on Cozy TV. Brought to you by D5W for all your traumatic accident needs.